Welcome, family and friends. Wish you well for being here, and we're glad you're here to share this great event. It is a blessed event, and it is a special occasion for two special people who deserve to be with each other, I think.
She couldn't look at me during her speech, so I'm not gonna look at her. My very first memory was talking to our mother's huge pregnant belly, where Chelsea was. At 3 years old, I remember sensing something really exciting was gonna happen, but I couldn't fathom just how much my life would change. I was now part of a pair, I was a sister, and I was a family. Being a family now meant not everything centered around only my wants and needs. I had to share everything.
Oh, I love it.
I had to share things like toys, time, and space. Being a family meant I needed to be there just to listen. Listen as she worked through relationships, listen as she contemplated where to go to college and what to do with her life. She counted on me to know just the right thing to do, and I didn't always have the answers. I remember vividly one evening, during a period of great uncertainty, when Chelsea was applying to nursing school. She was really upset this night, not sure of where her hard work and fate would lead. I was on the phone with our mom, strategizing on what we could do and what we could say to make her feel better. And I remember saying one phrase for the first time then, but certainly not the last. I said, "Mom, don't worry, she's with Rob tonight. He'll know what to do." I remember pausing for a second after those words came out because they really surprised me. Here was this dude that I barely knew, and for that matter, barely knew Chelsea, and I completely trusted him with the responsibility that I've always carried. It was in that moment it really hit me that this relationship was something special. And over the coming months and years as I watched them, I became increasingly confident that this trust was completely warranted.
For those of you guys that don't know me, my name is Jeff Michaud. I've been a friend of Rob's here ever since we were lined up next to each other in kindergarten class alphabetically about 26 years ago. And over that amount of time, as you can probably imagine, you come to develop a significant amount of memories and experiences with somebody. And as I was reflecting on the experiences that I've shared with Rob over the quarter century, I kept coming back to this same theme over and over about who Rob is as a person. And for those of you that know him, this probably isn't gonna be too much of a stretch, but Rob is a bit of a tough guy. 5 years ago, we had a summer house in Newport, Rhode Island. Chelsea and some friends were visiting, and her straightener went out. It tripped the circuit, and Rob was all too eager to rush downstairs, swoop in, save the day. And once he'd done so, again, all too proud to do it, as he came upstairs with his chest puffed out, I'll never forget the look on Chelsea's face. She gazed across the room, and forgive me for my lack of impersonation skills, but she said, "Wow, you're a real man's man."
I saw how Rob was not only there for my sister, but for me and my family. Rob, you've always rallied for those big moments. You were born with an innate sense of how to make Chelsea happy. You have the complete handbook that we've only guessed at for the last 28 years. You get her, and you do know just what to do and what to say. It's very clear you have the same definition as we do of what family means. And it's because of this, I feel like I can officially pass the torch of responsibility onto you, knowing that you will cherish your relationship with her as I have because you see just how special she is.
And when I think to myself, when did I know Rob and Chelsea were just right for each other? I think back to a day several years ago. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the Burns-Malinowski Christmas cards, they have a tradition, as Vanessa mentioned, where they will dress up in holiday gear and take photos with their beloved cat. I go to my mail that day. It's Rob dressed up as Santa Claus. going like this. Chelsea as Mrs. Claus in the background, holding Mila, presumably dressed as an elf. And I realized that this was something beyond just a surface laugh. I realized that Chelsea, in getting Rob to sit down for this photo, had brought out a softer side of him that I'm not even sure he knew he had. And I think that's the essence of her presence in his life, and it's the fact that she makes him a more fuller version of himself.
While our parents did their best instilling those life lessons on what it means to be family, they could never prepare me for having a sister like you. You've been my sidekick from day one. You're my constant cheerleader. You've been there to listen to me complain about my job, even though yours is 100 times harder, and have been my encouragement for those lean-in moments, always reminding me to channel my inner Olivia Pope.
Chelsea, when your name comes up, Rob puffs out his chest a little bit more than it's already puffed out. And he speaks about you with nothing but fondness and admiration. Today, he is beyond proud to call you something else, and that is his wife.
It's hard to believe today's your wedding day. How are you not that little 10-year-old girl? My shadow, who would hang on every word I said. The reality is you've grown into this gorgeous, smart, generous human being. And I wouldn't be the person that I am without your consistent companionship, your fierce loyalty, your brutal honesty, and your unconditional love. You're so weird. And I say that as the biggest compliment because, as our father would say, normal is unbelievably boring. Thank you for being who you are.
And I think that you guys as a couple, you met each other, you laughed together, you immensely enjoy each other's company. And I think you guys continue to grow with one another for the collective strength of the relationship. And I think that's what makes you guys so great. And I can't tell you guys how honored and privileged I feel to be a part of this special day. You've been a brother to me my whole life. And I wish you guys nothing but happiness, health, and the very best of everything as you move forward and start this next journey of your lives together.
Because of you, I'm a better daughter, a better friend, a better wife, a better person. You have taught me the true meaning of family, that if you share, if you guide, if you listen, and if you love, you may just end up with one of the most special relationships of your life. And today, as a big sister, I couldn't be happier that you found someone who knows that as well. So everyone, please raise a glass to Chelsea and Rob on officially becoming a family.